everybody. Yeah, I'm back. Yay. So, actually, no, first off, I hope you guys are doing very well, and I hope you're safe and enjoying your life in some way. So, yes. This energy is. It's been really complicated to decode and decipher. I've been feeling this energy since I think for 5 days now, along with other separate energies that I want to make a video about. So this is gonna be a part 1 out of 3 reading. I was told to make three parts for this, even though each one is gonna be its own separate reading. But they all play together in some way. So this is gonna be the first one. So yeah, grab your popcorn. Yeah. Okay, and yeah, let me get into it because it's freaking crazy. So there's this energy. It could be a person, a group of people, whether they all know each other or not, or an entity even, but there's this energy that is very jealous of you, but to the point where it's obsessive and they can't get enough of you in a weird, creepy way. I'm feeling called to start telling you the synchronicities that I saw. So, I've been seeing a lot of hot dogs for some reason, sushi. So that might be significant to you in some way. You might like those. Chameleon. And while I was trying to do this reading yesterday and also channel this energy, I felt my forehead strain and hurting. So you could be getting headaches, and also you could be feeling distracted or feeling sleepy, but in a more zone out trance like state where you're not able to concentrate. You are having a hard time kind of just thinking and seeing clearly. So this all relates to this message, specifically that. Also, the word Tron has been popping out a lot. I mean, I see it a lot in, things that are fused with technology. 333. That's also an angel number that's on here that I wrote down, but I saw 333. That's why I said that. So, what was I saying? But I've seen words like Metatron and words that have the word Tron in it, or the movie Tron. So I felt like that was significant, so I wrote that down. And I'm gonna get more into the meaning behind that, or the meaning that I got behind that. Also, SpongeBob has been coming up. Specifically 2 episodes, which I'm gonna get into later. And when I was meditating, I think it was the other day, when I was trying to channel it into this, I saw the rod of Asclepius, which is the symbol that has like the rod or the staff, and there's one snake coiling around it or wrapping itself around it. Not confused with the other symbol that has 2 snakes, which is the capital. It starts with a C, I think. but that one's different. And I also wrote down someone wants to connect with you, but you are not home. And I'm going to explain that more as I get into this energy. And then last but not least, actually no, there's one more thing, but let me get into this one. So I also wrote down childhood connection, but with quotation marks as well. Gonna get more into that later. And one of the times that I was meditating, I heard very loudly the sound when you turn on the Xbox, like do-do-do or something like that. But in my mind's eye, for some reason, I immediately thought of the original Xbox. So the first one that ever came out, 555. So when I first got excuse me. So when I first got into this energy, or I first felt it, it was very dark. But it was almost comforting. As if I was going into... It's like this energy was trying to put me in a sleepy, like, trance state where I was not seeing things clearly or thinking clearly, but I felt kind of okay with it. So this is someone or a group of people or some kind of energy that you used to be part of in the past. And you could have been in a relationship with this person, or you could have been friends with them, something along those lines for some of you. This person, this energy misses how you used to be. You used to be someone who was easily manipulated into things, who was easily deceived. Maybe you were someone that used to just go along with what these group of people said about you, or this person said about you, or this type of entity or energy used to make you see yourself. And because of that, you were very easily to manipulate. But for some reason, and you put the pieces together yourself in the way that you see fit, but this energy is no longer in your life. So that could be just you are no longer the person that you used to be, and like you're more happy with yourself, you're feeling more balanced, you're feeling a clear state of mind. You are no longer tolerating the bullshit that you used to tolerate before. And these people, this energy can feel it. They feel you slipping away, or you are disconnected from them more than ever. Even if let's say this is a person or persons, and you still see them day to day or at times, they notice that something is off with you. Like something is different about you now, but they can't seem to quite put their finger on it. And I just got chills as I said that. You've made boundaries with this energy and realizing that you shouldn't and you don't deserve to accept less. And this energy, this person, these people presented you with fool's gold. Something that was false, that was made to look like it was the real deal. So maybe I'm gonna start with this first. So maybe these people, this person gave you love and they try to make you see that them disrespecting you, them pushing your boundaries, them not listening or understanding you is part of the love, or this is what love is. And if it more so has to do with like your soul, I guess, this energy was so used to you being down in the dumps, you being filled with anxiety. I guess still it can also be a person. But this type of energy person wanted you to believe that this is how far life can get, and there's no way out of it, and you just have to be comfortable with where you are. You just have to accept this kind of bullshit. You just have to accept what we're giving you. But you found your way out of it, and you've created your own tool, which I'm gonna explain more of that, but you've created your own tool to heal yourself, to create your own power, your own world. And it's beyond this person, this energy's power and comprehension, but they sense this abundance in you. They sense this happiness within you. Or they just see it radiate, but they just, it's like you're being seen with this very little. It's like a little star. It's like a little, I'm seeing like a faraway star, like the northern star. And to us, it's kind of big as it is, but it's still small in the universe. But you know, like, oh, if I got in a rocket ship and I went to space and I got close to that star, I'll see just how big and huge it actually is, and powerful. So this energy can see that you have something that they want now more than ever, and let's say this is someone from the past. Like, you had this before, but it kind of kept slipping from your hands, and it's like you had a hard time grasping this happiness, had a hard time grasping your own self and the beauty and the essence of you. But now, well, okay, you also might be experiencing like weird ringing in the ears and tingles. Sorry, that was my stomach. I don't know if you heard that. I'm hungry. But I want to get this energy out of the way because I've been trying to knock this energy out for a while. and it's been hard to break apart, but we're gonna do it. I'm doing it. This is gonna be posted today. So I'm hearing like they thought they thrown you into the fire, and I'm thinking of that Bible story of, I forgot who, but it was this person threw these 3 people in the fire. 3 people, I think, or 2. And they thought like surely this was gonna kill them, but you know, God ended up taking them out. Actually, let me put this here so I don't keep looking down. Put my notebook here. Okay, there. Put this paper here so I can kind of look at the camera and not always down. There we go. So I'm gonna be looking at the sides from now on. Yeah, so this energy wants what you have. They've always wanted what you have. They've always been very jealous of you, and that is certainly messed up, especially if you know this is someone in your family or a close friend or someone that was supposed to protect you in some way. So, you know how I said tool before? So let me get into that more. And the word Tron. So it's funny that I mentioned the rod of Asclepius, because that is from a Greek mythology. And when I kept kind of seeing the word Tron keep popping up, I was like, okay, what is the meaning behind this? And Tron is suffix, or I don't know how you say it, but in Greek it's suffix for instrument or tool. And I don't know if it was before or after, but at some point I thought of the episode, or no, there was a synchronicity that happened when I was trying to channel this energy. I went out to the kitchen for some reason. I think I was gonna get water, but I saw my brothers out in the living room and they were watching an episode from SpongeBob, or an episode, yeah, from SpongeBob. I don't know why, I feel like I'm saying that wrong, but but the episode was the one where Squidward says, "I'm all alone," and I've never seen the episode fully, and it didn't show that scene, but I knew like this is where it was from, even though it wasn't near that scene yet. So I went and watched kind of some of that with my brothers because I felt like I needed to see it. And I was watching the part where Squidward is like stuck in a time machine, and he tries to, I think he tries going to the future or something, I don't know, but then he ends up breaking it, and then he ends up going really back to the past, like prehistoric, and then I think it breaks again or something, and then he ends up breaking reality, and he ends up being in this infinite void. And at first he's like, oh, I'm all alone. But then he realizes, like, I miss SpongeBob, I miss Bikini Bottom. And also in this void, he's with his clarinet, so his tool, his instrument. And I've read also a little bit about the history word of that of the word Tron, where it started from, like what does it mean. And this word was like really popular like in the early I was gonna say the early 90s, but like it's the popularity of it started I think in like 1933, which is so funny because before I did research on that, I felt called to write down 1933. So that's also one of the angel numbers or numbers I have here today. So the word Tron, I forgot like the actual meaning, but I know it's used with referring to like technology. And why I bring this up is for multiple different reasons. So I'm gonna try to explain all these different ways I've interpreted this. And how it relates to that SpongeBob episode and how it relates to you. Sorry. Oops. So the rod, but let me go back to rod of Asclepius. So that is a Greek mythology about oh man, now I forgot. Shit. No, damn it. Rod of Eclipses, it represents healing. It represents the duality of illness and in health. I think I have it here. Oh, okay, here we go. Sorry. Rod of Asclepius. So he was the Greek god of healing. He used to have these snakes whenever he would do rituals. 222 2222. I just saw. So he used to have snakes, and they used to be part of his rituals, his healing rituals. Because I guess he believed that they aided him whenever he did this. So that's kind of one of the big reasons why that symbol is so popular today and why it represents health and healing and medicine. But it gets confused. A little fun fact, it gets confused with the two snakes with the single rod. That one is more about commerce and negotiation, I think. But because of, well, now modern times, a lot of organizations have used that in the medical field as their symbol, confusing it with the rod of Asclepius. So a little fun fact there. But it represents rejuvenation and the dual nature of health and illness. So you've been through a lot in your life, especially with this energy. Like either way, whether it's a person or not, overall this energy is about jealousy. It's about almost hatred like energy and suffering. This was the energy that you've constantly had to deal with in your life. And you thought that this was just a part of life, which in a way it is, but you thought that this is the only thing I'm gonna see, or this is kind of what I have to deal with the rest of my life, because that's what you've been conditioned to believe, conditioned to settle into, even if no one really told you that's what you had to settle for, or that's not what you really said in your mind. It's kind of certain events the way that people treated you kind of set it that tone, set it that theme, that this is what you have to deal with, this is what you have to settle with. But you broke out of that void. You broke out of your own void. And personally, you broke time itself. You broke this reality that your family has played out, possibly people that I feel like this is a you know what? I noticed that all my videos are just a continuation, that they're all just connected. But more specifically, these energies are going to be way different. So, yeah, but just thought I should say that. But you broke out of that. And you decided to go towards a path of healing. And as you went on this journey, you understood, or you started noticing and realizing that suffering is part of the journey, but not in the way that you were told to accept or see the suffering. Your spirit guides, the universe, yourself, you learn that it's possible to transform this suffering, transform this jealousy, transform the hatred, the self-hatred, the darkness that people, society, yourself kept bringing onto you. And you can create a better world out of that. You can create your own tools, you can create your own remedies, your own methods, your own escape routes to I'm hearing counteract this energy, but like to basically use this energy as a stepping stool, as a trampoline, as a rocket launcher to help you live more on a timeline that you want to see, that you actually want to live for yourself. And this person, especially if it's a person, they cannot keep up with you. They cannot figure out how you do this shit. And this person, these people, this energy has constantly tried to compete with you for a very long time, has always compared themselves to you, compared you to them. And it's just this non-stop, like they're not satisfied with themselves, excuse me. They're not satisfied with themselves. And they think that because they want to be where you are. They want to be you. But they don't know how to get there. And they think that trying to one-up you, try to find ways to be smarter than you, to be sexier than you, to be prettier than you, to be more financially successful than you, like, they're just doing it all wrong. And they possibly think that you think you are better than them. But this is their own bullshit playing in their own head. So you realize, because of, your own journey that you've went on, and realizing that I don't need to race against time. I don't need to compete with anybody. Because maybe you were also dealing with that within yourself. Feeling like you had to compare yourself to other people. Feeling like you weren't enough as you were. And in a way you weren't. You weren't enough as you were back then. Because you were covered in this shit. You were covered in these lies and these fears, and that's not enough. Like, that's not who you are. And so you learn throughout time, or in time, that a lot of these were false narratives. A lot of these were false perspectives, false ways of being that you thought you had to be, that you thought that was truly you. But you broke out of this. You broke out of this illusion. And now, like, you understand what it is to feel enough, to be enough. Even if let's say you don't have enough, you know, you're not financially that well, you know, you don't have the nicest clothes, you know, or maybe you do have very nice things, but you realize that that's not what provides true happiness. It's not the amount of money you have, it's not your looks, it's not how many people you get laid with, or, you know, it's not the games that, or the drama. It's creating a life, a way of being for yourself that comes from a place of balance, that comes from a place of understanding the darkness, understanding the light, and how they both connect with each other, and that you can't really have one without the other. And for excuse me, for such a long time, this darkness, you saw it as the way everybody sees it, you know? But you learned how to use your spiritual gifts. You learn how to use the magic in life, to use even the darkness, to turn that into healing, to turn that into magic, to turn that into hope, to turn that into peace. And this person, this energy, can't do that. And maybe back then, wow, it got really bright all of a sudden. Oh. Maybe this person thought they had an advantage. I'm thinking of that one episode, and this is the other one that also came up. It's that paper episode where I think Squidward has a piece of paper and he doesn't want it, but SpongeBob wants it. So when SpongeBob takes this piece of paper, he manages to do all sorts of these fun things with this one single piece of paper. And Squidward, you know, at first it's like, it's stupid, like, what are you gonna do with that piece of paper? And what was I gonna say? But because of SpongeBob's personality, because of him making the best out of what he has, even with very simple things like piece of paper, he has so much fun with it. And in one of the scenes, Squidward is playing with his clarinet and he hears SpongeBob laughing outside and having a grand old time, and he's like wondering what's going on, and then he starts to feel really jealous that SpongeBob has this piece of paper and he's having so much fun with it. So Squidward thought, like, okay, in order for me to have fun, I need to take that piece of paper. So maybe in the past, this person, these people, this energy thought that they had to take something from you. They had to dumb you down. They had to bully you. They had to isolate you. They had to make you feel stupid. They had to take away your stuff. Something to take away your happiness, or put you in this chaos, to take away your happiness, to take away your strength, your truth. And maybe for a while, these people were kind of like, oh yeah, like, we fucking did it, like, we took down this fucker. Like, you know, they just kind of thought, you know, just highly of themselves, and thought that they had the antidote. They have the cool Tron instrument. They had the cool new thing that, like, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's some ego high that they had. Maybe that's the instrument. I don't know, but they essentially thought they had a leg up. And maybe for a while you disappeared, or you went quiet, or maybe it looked on paper as if you didn't have your shit together and you were just lost and confused. But out of nowhere, they've realized that you're more happy than ever. You're more in this power that they've wanted more than ever. And I'm seeing someone, like, rip their hair out. It's driving this person insane. It's driving this energy insane, because they cannot... I heard they cannot escape you. As much as they try to act like you don't mean anything to them, or you're not that special, you are special to them. Very, very special. And for some of you, like, especially if you were someone who was very kind to them, and you're very loving, sweet, nurturing, you're very honest, understanding, like, I don't know, for some of you, they got really high off of this shit. They felt so entitled. They felt like they were the center of your world. And some of you, okay, this is just for some of you. It's alright, this can be a little TMI. But I'm feeling this energy, so I feel the need to say it. For some of you, this person, like, or, you know, that was like, you know, but they like sexually got off to this. Ugh, makes me want to throw up. Yeah, so they just feel very drawn to your energy. Your energy is very healing, it's very powerful, and they're obsessed with it. But at the same time, they hate it. They just hate how much they want this, or hate how much just power you have over them, even though you're not doing anything. You're just trying to do your own thing. But this person, this energy can't stop trying to be the center of your eye, being the center of your world. So one of the visions I saw was these. No, actually, no, let me say this first. Was a cryptic witch finger. This finger looked like it was 100 years old, to be honest. And this finger went into my third eye, but I heard evil eye instead. So I don't know if this person's trying to play with some magic, or they're just messing more with this dark energy. And it doesn't even have to be in a magical way or in a witchcrafty way, but they're digging more into this darkness in a bad way, not in a way that is transformative or healing. And I was scratching my back, not my butt. And this energy this energy wants to switch out. Okay, so first off, you have an evil eye protection, because I felt this finger go into my forehead, so where the third eye is. And that's our intuition. And it like went into my brain, and it was like moving its finger around, and I felt it, and it felt so weird. But then I saw it take something, and it looked like it was like a ball. But then I saw that it was this green evil eye. So spiritually, the green evil eye, it's a form of protection. There's different colors have different meanings, but specifically the collective, you have a green evil eye protection, and that represents happiness, balance, luck, freedom. And this energy wants to take it and switch it out with their own bullshit, with their own misery. And they want to leave you feeling depleted and in this brain fog. But you are very protected, and I don't know if I'm interpreting this message right, because there's also another vision I saw. It was these two hands. One was the light, one was the dark. And in between this was like a white gardenia flower, and in the middle of that was a skull. And I was in this void or whatever with this thing, and the universe or my spirit guides, whatever, like prompted me, like, go lay in it. So I was like, oh, okay. So I did, and I closed my eyes, and then I saw, like, in my mind's eye, I closed my eyes, and I rested in this, and then I saw, like, this big, it looked like another evil eye, but it was, like, icy blue. And this represents, like, more, like, I think it's, like, a higher state of intuition, truth, clarity. So it's, like, I believe what the universe was trying to say with this was, like, you are being upgraded with being upgraded with a higher, better, more. Oh, okay. So like, so you are getting your own new Tron, your own new advanced technology, your own instrument tool that this person. So it's like very interesting. Okay. So you're being upgraded. Your third eye and your evil eye protection's being upgraded. So this energy may think that they have what you got, but when I tapped into that of them taking this evil eye, I heard like expired. And then I saw it like disintegrate, or like as if it got burnt to ash. Whew, sorry, I need to go use the bathroom. You know what? Yes. Sorry, give me a minute. I need to go use the bathroom. Thank you. Okay, I am back. Thank you. Thank you for letting me go. So yeah. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so this energy thinks that they got another leg up on you again, or something like that. They feel like they got another advantage on you, but it's fool's gold. Where do you want me to go next, universe? Where do you want me to talk about? Or what do you want me to talk about next? One thing I want to say is that in the past, with how giving used to be, you used to make this person, this group, even this entity, or some energy, okay, feel safe and seen in some way. Okay, so now I want to talk about another vision that I saw, and I saw. Yeah, please, please stay up. God damn it. Okay. Anyways, so I saw this tree. Imagine this tree is you, okay? I don't know what kind of tree it is, but it was kind of like, it was a tree that had like a lot of branches but no leaves. So this tree is in the dark. And you know how there's growth rings rings on a tree, like all around. They kind of look similar to our fingerprints. Well, instead of it being growth rings all around this tree, it was your fingerprint covered in this tree. And your fingerprint, your DNA, lighted up this tree. And it was this beautiful rainbow. And then I heard hidden tactic. And then suddenly this tree, or I guess you, tried to like bend this tree forward, tried to like crush it, break it, manipulate in some way that it could break. But it kept just curling forward and just kept bending, kind of like something very flexible. So because of this, you've created this life, this way of being, this healing energy, and understanding the duality of life, and learning how to integrate, cultivate, transform no matter what's thrown at you in your life, and to take any little thing and make it the best, the most beautiful thing, the most powerful thing that you can make it for yourself. So because of this healing energy that you've created for yourself, that came with your own personal blueprint of the experiences, people, lessons, truth, that you've had to go through. It's like this path that you're on, it's strictly made for you. Like, you have your own quest, you have your own lessons, you have your own blessings that you can, like, this is your own world. You can do anything with it. So your spirit is a tree. Your spirit and having these spiritual gifts and this wisdom is the hidden tactic. So I don't know if this person, these people, this entity is gonna try to come back in your life, because this energy definitely wants to come back in your life, because you're just that addictive. Your energy, your light, your truth, your power is very addictive. And also the spiritual meaning of the rod of Asclepius, the spiritual meaning of that is the divine power to heal, transform, renewal. So you are very, very powerful. But that's the thing. They think this is something to take. They think it's something that they can take. But they're fucking wrong. Motherfucker, goddamn it. So this energy is gonna try to come back in a way that's familiar to you, in hopes you would fall for its own fool's gold. So you would fall for its own hidden tactic. And that's another thing they don't understand. They don't understand that you've already mastered this game that they're still trying to play. So this is for some, not all of you, but this person, these people might come back and might try. I'm thinking of one specific person I know who is really good at throwing a pity party for themselves and bullshitting and saying the words that they think I want to hear. So this, for some of you, this might be a person who might try gaining your sympathy and your empathy in hopes that they can kind of, I'm seeing a spider like wrap its long disgusting legs around like you, their victim, their prey, to drain you, to suck your own life energy force out of you, because they think that's how they're gonna get this power. But this is I'm saying this not to worry you. This is not a reading to make you freak out and be like, oh my god, like I need to prepare myself. Like, no. You are very divinely protected, and even you have the power to protect yourself and even to make best with this energy. Even if this person's not near you or doing anything to you, their energy is still potent. It still comes towards you where you can feel it, even if they're not around. And like, you've shown yourself time and time again that you can do anything, even with the most disgusting bullshitty parts of life and energies. Like, you're able to take it and make it beautiful. You're able to take it and make it into armor for yourself, into strength, into hope, into rejuvenation. So, if anything, this is just telling you that you're way ahead of what you and your spirit guides, the universe is way ahead of what this person, this energy, this group of people is trying to do to you. Yeah, because I'm hearing they're trapped in their own void, which we're going back to that episode of Squidward saying like, "Oh, I'm all alone," you know, and being so happy about that until realizing that, oh crap, he is alone. Like, he's really alone with himself. This person like misses you in a weird way, and they want to connect back with you, but you are not home. So okay. So why I said home with quotation marks is because the word home, it can mean like I said, a state of being that you used to be in, and maybe, you know, you being in this state used to be your home because that's what you thought that's the best you can have for yourself, that's the best you can do for yourself, and you made it your home in some way, but you moved out a long time ago. Or maybe this is actually a physical home. Maybe this is a place that you used to hang out. Maybe this is somewhere online that you used to hang out and maybe talk to this person. So they're trying to find you, but you're nowhere to be found. Especially you are nowhere to be found in this energy that they're still stuck in. And they don't know how to get themselves out of this. Yeah, so back then, you used to give this person a lot of access. You used to let them call the shots. And this person, this energy misses that. They miss you being a doormat. They miss you not knowing what's best for yourself. They miss you catering to their needs while forgetting yourself. But now more than ever, you haunt this person. And a weird thing happened when I got this message. I felt called to watch an old video of myself doing a tarot reading, and I haven't seen this video in a long time, and I forgot about it. But it was a pick a card reading of how is your authenticity being perceived, how is it being viewed, and I think this was like pile 3 or something, or 2. I think it was 2. I forgot. But I was talking about how this person is very jealous of you and how you dodged a bullet. And so it was crazy accurate how like that synced up with what I'm channeling right now, and also what I've noticed other channeled readers are also picking up this message, picking up this energy. But anyways, I was looking at myself a lot, and this video was from like 2 years ago. And I got so lost in looking at my old self that when I went to go look at myself in the mirror, I like kind of scared myself because I looked so different than how I looked before, and I saw like a ghost. Like my face went kind of like white because I was like, whoa, I do not look like the same person. So I don't know if this person, okay, let me say this one first. I don't know if this person, these people saw you. Like maybe they walk past you and they realize that's you, or they saw you somewhere, whether online or in person, or someone showed a photo of them. Excuse me. And they're like, oh my god, like, that's them now? And they can't believe, like, you don't look anything like you used to. And even the way that you carry yourself, which makes them even more addictive, which makes them more obsessed with you. Because they're like, oh my god, this is so much newer and better, like, I gotta get my hands on this. Also, another energy I picked up was, like, let's say, actually no, two different energies, so let me go with this one first. So, if, let's say, you and this person are kind of still in each other's lives, but you guys don't talk, you're not really around each other, like, this person may be doing something, and then they look up and realize, like, oh crap, like, I never really took a chance to really take a good look at them, but they actually look different. Like, what did they do? You know, they're also acting different. I'm hearing they're even smelling different. But it makes this person like stressed. And then the third energy that I got from this was, you may not be in contact with this person at all, with these people, but they're reminiscing about you. They're reminiscing about the times that you guys used to have, how you made them feel. Some are actually feeling deep shame and regret that they've been jealous of you. I just got that right now. But they're lost in these memories of you. And then they snap out of it and they realize, like, holy shit, like, they're a stranger now. I don't know them at all. And this could be giving this person nightmares. This could be making these people stay up at night, or just freaking out for some reason. Oh yeah, so another thing I wanted to say was, when I was channeling this message, I don't know if I said this, but I'm gonna say it again, is when I was channeling this message, I heard, like in real life, like in the 3D, the Xbox sound when you turn it on, but I thought of the old Xbox. Actually, I feel like I repeated this. I'm repeating myself. But I feel like that relates to childhood connection. Yeah, whoever this is, whatever this energy is, they want it to be like the old times. But it's like you're very new, you're updated, you're upgraded, and it drives this person insane that they don't have control over you like they used to. They don't have this say in your life, or nothing that they say or they do or the way that they feel about you affects you. That's the biggest thing. Okay, I feel like we have one message left. So even though you've already defeated the game, you're protected, like you got nothing to worry about. And if you feel your intuition being a little wonky, it's upgrading, so don't stress too hard about it. Like, rest as much as you can. Like, rest your third eye as much as you can. Kind of let life flow. Yeah, so you've learned how to make the universe work, make your life work in your favor, where you're not a victim to it, where you're not um you're not you're not at other people's beck and call. That's what it's called. You've created your own tool. You created your own rod of Asclepius. You created your own divine power tool to help you advance in your own life. And this energy can feel that. This energy feels you way more disconnected from them than ever. And it makes them hungry. It makes them want to find you or want to be back in this energy more than ever, even though they hate it. But they're willing to stay enough to kind of write notes about it and be friendly about it to like snatch it away from you in some way. But they can't, because this is divinely yours. This is like your own stuff. Like, it has your name written all over it. So this, for some of you, this person or energy might be trying to come back in a way that's familiar to you. I think I said this before, but I need to say it again. So this person, specifically, if it is a person, this person has deceived you before. And they think that because of the things that they're learning, that they have a better mask, they have a better way of taking advantage of you this time. But they don't know that you've already, like I said, you've already defeated the game, and you already see the tactic. You have your own hidden tactic to deal with this. And they don't see that. So this person might be coming to you with fool's gold. I don't know if it's like money or an offer or advice, or I don't know, something, but it's fool's gold. But they don't know that you also have your fool's gold as well to give to them in some way, whether it's energetically or some way. So I don't know, but something that they took, maybe it's this evil eye thing that you had, or I don't know, but it's like falling in on them. And it's creating more bad luck. It's creating more disharmony in their life. This person, this energy is in a rat race of constantly trying to compete with you. And they don't understand, in order to get on your level, one, they have to stop trying to compare themselves to you and realize that you are on your own journey, they're on their own, and they have their own beautiful blessings and beauty that they can find within their own life, within their own selves. And three is they need to work on their shit. They need to face their own demons, their own darkness, and transmute that into healing, into light, into wisdom. That's how you truly become like the collective. That's truly how you become like them. Not exactly like them, but have that kind of power in your own way. is not comparing yourselves, actually doing the work, and stop trying to be in this ego battle, because you're not even in that arena anymore. You're not trying to compete with this person. You're not trying to you're learning how to transform this ego into bettering yourself, into being more patient, being more honest, being more grateful for what life has to offer. So it's like, this is kind of their karma, is that they're always gonna, I'm seeing this hamster on a wheel, they're always gonna be running after this, and it's gonna hurt them real bad. And because of that, I've also heard that this, unfortunately, but this is like their own consequences, their own choice, that something might happen to this person, an accident or something of theirs breaking physically, or some sort of opportunity or relationship falling apart, something like that. Oh, that's on them. Okay, I think that's it for that. So I sent all the synchronicities. Actually, no. Here's some random synchronicities that, or symbols that might have been calling out to you as well. So so I've been seeing a lot of hot dog and sushi. Also chameleon was pointed out to me a lot. I think I've said this before, but your forehead may have been feeling strained and hurting. This is that energy, and this could also be you trying to use your intuition when it's in the works. It's in the works of becoming something more better and newer for yourself. So just relax on that. And then recognizing both sides to achieve alignment. So for you, you've learned how to balance these two energies out, the light and the darkness, and use it to your advantage. And this person needs to do that. They need to face their own karma, their own bullshit, in order to achieve that sort of true power within themselves. So angel numbers I've been seeing are 1717, 222, 1111, 333, 1933, 444, and 1993. So they may be, those may be significant to you in some way. And last but not least, songs, my favorite. Yay! Okay, so the songs are Who Can It Be Now by Men at Work, Immolation of Night by Invent Animate, Rosemary by Deftones, All the Right Moves by One Republic, Lateralysis by Tool, Take It by Cafoon or Cafune, I don't know how to pronounce it, and The Ghost of You by My Chemical Romance. Yeah. When I was hearing The Ghost of You and watching the music video, I had this weird vision of this person, like, ugh. Yeah, I had this weird vision of this person, this energy, like, laying with your not alive body. But it's like the old version of you. So this person, whoever this is clinging hard onto who you used to be. And some of them may be crying. Like crying themselves to sleep. It's like freaking weirdo. Yeah, but just know that you are divinely protected and that you are okay, and part 2, part 3 is gonna be much better than this. Because it shows that how you are really going to be bouncing back from this, or the blessings that are coming in your life. So, yep, that's all I have to say. So, yeah, thank you for listening and watching. If you want to or no, If you want to like the video, there it is. If you want to subscribe, there it is somewhere. And if you would like to leave a tip to show appreciation for what I do, that is greatly appreciated. I'll put that down in the description. I want to do personal readings at some point, but I don't have tarot cards yet. They're all in my storage, so I think once I do that, I'll start doing personal readings for people who want to have personal energy messages. But yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you for part 2. Peace.